Good morning, Ryan Younger. Happy Saturday. It is our first farm day of the 2023 CSA season. And last night I was looking at some videos and found one from 8 years ago that we made for you to show you around Telios Farm. It was when we were first starting. And so it occurred to me it'd be kind of fun to make another video just to kind of compare and contrast the state of Telios Farm then and now. And so, here it is. But look at this and compare that to 8 years ago. Pretty amazing difference. I'm shocked when I consider how much of the grass we've taken up and put new things. Yep, those are a couple of kayaks coming out of the ground, intending to make them look like they are in like class 5 rapids. And this here that's now in the center of the shot, that's a peanut butter tree. And if you take one of the leaves and you scrunch it up and smell it, it smells just like peanut butter. And this is kind of a nursery area for different plants that may eventually get transplanted somewhere else. We haven't quite figured out what to do with that toilet in the back. We've tried different things. There's actually some weeds growing out of it right now, but hopefully that'll be fun someday, or we'll just have to get rid of it. This is another really pretty garden. In fact, we had some volunteer strawberry plants this year, and last night ended up getting right from one of these, probably one of the best strawberries I've ever had. And they just volunteered. Don't know how it happened. Over here we've also got some volunteer pumpkins. Every year we have a harvest festival and we put up bales of hay and stack pumpkins on them so folks can come and grab some and carve. And occasionally they fall apart there and leave seeds which volunteer the next year. Got ourselves a little pear tree here right in the center. And then you'll remember that we thought this might end up being an art studio. Well, it's actually become a barn. So in here we've got what it will sometimes be a nursery for eventually turkeys. We've had meat birds in here before. But over here is the coop where our 16 layer hens hang out, lay eggs. Oh, we've got one right up there right now. So you definitely know this place since you helped us raise the roof. You were visiting and we said, hey, we can take you to this place and this place. And you said, hey, no, let's finish putting the roof on the gazebo. And so it has grown up around here a lot since you were here, but you might also notice that the concrete pad is quite a bit bigger. We, this past spring, had another pad poured to marry this one, so they're about, it's the same size as the one that was originally put down. So it's a great place for gathering, for family and friends. It'll be a good meeting place and having eventually workshops and retreats here. So Rebecca's done an amazing job of what would you say? Putting in the plants, landscaping it. And you'll see these rounds here, these tree rounds, that's from our neighbor's tree. So here is the gardens, and we've got folks in the CSA who are here today to do a little bit of work if they want to. And so these are some wild animals hanging out at Telios, and here is the mason bee box just repainted today. And the Lucifer flowers, the Lucifer plant, I love that name. Coming up here, we've got a flowering cherry, a weeping cherry, I believe it is, that we planted in honor of Catherine the Great, Rebecca's mom, after she passed away, and the family painted these stones. So it's part of a garden of its own. And then we're coming to the red door, passing through into some new gardens. So we walk through this door into magic land. And there are the chickens hanging out. We've got some herbs growing. Got some wildflowers there in the back at the foot of the plum tree. This whole area, the last time you were here, was a chicken run. Now we've got a variety of garden spaces and paths through them. Some general gorgeousness. It's just an Eden. And here is that sitting space using the tree rounds. I mean, 2 people can sit on some of these. Just magnificent. This is a butterfly garden of milkweed that's going to be growing up in here to draw in the monarch butterflies. And this is a pergola that we created last summer. Got vines growing up. We'll eventually go over the top, and it's just a beautiful sitting area with succulents growing on the ground. And then when I made that video 8 years ago, this spiral was not here, which of course you've seen. And the gardens. Growing enough food this year for 10 families. Oh yeah, and you've seen, but 8 years ago it was not here, the greenhouse. We got our bee box there, which we've tried 3 different hives, 3 different years, and they just haven't survived a whole 4 seasons. So not quite sure what's going on there, but we are exploring so that we can hopefully have hives of bees out here eventually that thrive year after year after year. And so we have these other planting beds with trellises. In past years we have had green beans growing up these, and cucumbers this year, just changing up crops, having a different crop this year. We've got this willow tree. Oh my gosh, this willow tree. When we moved here 8 years ago, we brought a cutting of a branch from the lake house where we got married, and it has become this tree. Just magnificent. We have our fig trees back here, and today, as part of our CSA Community Day, we created some, hopefully what will distract the birds and keep them from coming in here and pecking just a single hole in these beautiful figs. All they do is take one little bite, and then they leave the rest. So we'll see. Hopefully this will keep the birds so that they only have the stuff at the top that we can't reach. Also, we have these apple trees. Been planted in the past few years, and here we are in July, and we've got bunches and bunches of apples, some of them even turning a little red. Look at those clusters of green apples up there. Oh my goodness. How much this place has changed. Couple more apple trees over on this side, and a new pear tree. Ourselves a beautiful cedar growing in here. All planted since we moved in 8 years ago. This is another cherry tree out front that unfortunately has not really produced fruit this year, although it looks beautiful. There's just not much fruit. This tree here is I believe it's black walnut. No, black locust. Black locust. We thought it was dead because a big section of it broke off in an ice storm. So we were getting ready to replace it. And then just look what happened. So you can see where it broke off here, this big section. But it is thriving. Thriving. Some more of the lucifer flowers. We've got these madrone trees that are indigenous to this part of the world, and they are just thriving. It's very difficult to grow madrones in yards. They grow out on the islands up there in the San Juans and in other various places, usually coastal, and they're doing so well here. And then this is a tree that I absolutely love, but this was a gift that Rebecca bought magnolia. This is a magnolia tree, and it blossoms beautifully every year. So there it is. A tour of Telios Farm, circa 2023. Thriving, beautiful. I'm such a fortunate human.